Hey guys, it's Charlie. Welcome to my second channel. This is my first ever video on the second channel. I just hit 200,000 subscribers last night. So I wanted to do a quick Q&A, just answering all your guys' questions. So the first question is from Brad. He asks, what's your deadlift these days? So the answer is I actually haven't deadlifted in a long time. I'd probably say maybe like 300 pounds. Next question is from Helena. For small businesses, where do you suggest we start learning about taxes? So some really great channels I recommend looking at are Carlton Dennis. He's my good friend that is a tax strategist. And also Mark Kohler. He's another YouTuber that has great information on taxes. Next question is from Brandon. Top tips to stay dedicated to your schedule. I think the most important thing here is accountability. And the best way to do that for me at least is to make a time block schedule. So when I'm actually going through my day, if I stray from that schedule, I start to feel bad. And yeah, that's just kind of how I keep myself accountable. Nam asks, how do you style that beautiful hair? Thanks, Nam. He has an awesome channel. I just put some hair wax in it every single morning and that does the trick. Brian Jung says, let's go. Brian has an awesome channel focusing on credit cards, so go check him out. Next question is the best movie you've ever seen, non-Oscar winning only. Probably Rush Hour. I think that's my all-time favorite childhood movie. And yeah, it's probably the movie that I've watched most, so I'm gonna have to go with that one. Michael says, when you first start on something new, how do you know if you can succeed in it? It just comes down to confidence. I think that's one reason why I really suggest people to read, because when you read, you gain confidence, and you gain confidence, not like the alpha type of confidence, but the confidence to be able to do things. So yeah, my first step would be to start reading. Okay, Johnny says, how much does AdSense in YouTube pay you, bruh? Last month, it paid me about $16,000, but yeah, it really fluctuates. The lower months are around 10,000. Next question is from Huzaifa. Sorry if I don't say your names correctly. Best tips for starting a YouTube channel. Take my free mini course. It's completely free. And besides that, the main things are pick a niche that you are really passionate in and just make a lot of consistent content. The reason why 99% of YouTube channels don't make it is because the creator just burns out and doesn't create any more content. Next question is from Justin. Best way to get over being camera shy, awkward for YouTube, TikTok, etc. Okay, so I'm super shy on camera and also in person. I'm very introverted. And the best way I found to do this was to just make content. Get outside your comfort zone. And when you do that, you will get better. All right, Mirrors Reflect You says, can you please link the lamp that's in your videos? This one. Okay, yes, I'll link that below. Okay, list of books you highly recommend to read for self-development. The Miracle Morning, The Compound Effect, The Slight Edge. These are some that come to mind. Okay, next question. Do you reckon I can achieve $10,000 a month at 17? If so, what strategies will I use to do it? I certainly couldn't make $10,000 a month when I was 17, but I think with the internet these days, yeah, you can make $10,000 a month. It's not easy for sure, but if you do things that are scalable like e-commerce, then yeah, this is definitely possible. Okay, Jahu3 says, what are some mistakes you made when you first started a business? Not staying consistent enough, trying to do way too many things at the same time. It might seem like I do a lot of things, but I didn't start doing them all at the same time, like building them all at the same time. I'd work on maybe a few at a time, get them good, and then move on to the next ones. Okay, Amir says, your one-on-one session, is it only about YouTube or can we talk about different businesses? So yeah, I do 1 hour one-on-one calls, and we can talk about literally anything. I just can't really give any like financial advice because I'm not licensed to do so. But yeah, I've helped tons and tons of people just talk about like side hustles, entrepreneurship, personal finance, and all that stuff. Nick Dillahunt says, what's more important for beginner channels, consistency or great content? Okay, so I think consistency is more important because quantity is quality over time. Okay, Rob Suli says, how big a role do you think TikTok played in your YouTube growth? I think TikTok did play a pretty good role in my growth. Not huge, but it definitely gave my channel a kickstart. Back in the beginning of this year, that's when I really started focusing on TikTok, and I built my audience on TikTok first. I used call to actions at the end of my videos to bring them over to YouTube. And doing that, I got maybe 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers, and the rest was just all from organic growth on YouTube. Okay, Jackson Chen says, how to start investing as a teenager. Just do a lot of research, read books, watch YouTube videos, and most importantly, just open up your first account. It doesn't matter if it's with like Webull, Robinhood, M1 Finance, Vanguard. Just open up an account if you're 18 or older. If you're not, then maybe give your parents some money to invest for you. But yeah, the main thing is just to get started and everything else will follow. Okay, Lorena asks, do you have life insurance? If so, with who? I don't currently have life insurance. I'm still doing research about this. It's definitely not right for some people, but it can be right for other people. Maran Kidir says, how did you find out what your first side hustle was or first business? My first side hustle was selling candy in 6th grade. I started to buy and resell things, and then after that, I started doing video and photography. Okay, Mike Hova says, recommendation for a young professional looking for a side hustle / second income. Okay, so if you're currently working a W-2 like job, a 9-to-5 job, I always recommend people to start a service-based side business. Take a skill that you have, anything that pays, I don't know, over like $30 an hour, I would try and turn that into my side hustle, build that, see if it sticks, and then maybe hire people and turn it into a real business. Ted Judd asks, any advice on promoting a service business? Okay, i.e. An electrical or plumbing business. Post something on Craigslist, it's probably free. Make a Yelp account with a Yelp page. Post on Thumbtack, post on Facebook, post to your social networks. You just want to get the word out and post on all these different platforms. That's basically how I started doing tutoring. I posted on Craigslist, got lucky and got my first client, and from there on it was probably mostly just word of mouth. Keegs asks, how long can you walk on your hands for? 0 seconds. Can't do a handstand. Okay, Rocco Vasquez says, who are your mentors? So I know I talk about mentoring as very important, but I actually don't have any mentors right now. I follow a lot of people on Instagram and watch a lot of really successful people on YouTube. So I'd say they are my pseudo mentors that I learn from, but it isn't like a really one-on-one direct relationship. Drew X Cast says, what do you look for in a side hustle and what capital would be ideal to start? I look for something that I am good at, that pays high per hour. And as far as capital, you really don't need much capital for a side hustle, especially if it's a service-based business. So that's why I always tell people, like, first one that you do, make it service-based. Okay, Papa Wagyu says, what's the most rewarding thing you've done in life and business? So I think the most rewarding thing that I've done is making content on YouTube, because I never thought I'd be able to reach so many people and have them actually listen to what I have to say. And while I do get some hater comments, the majority of them are super nice, and those are the comments that just really push me to make more content. Mark KD says, how long did it take for you to close your first real estate transaction? So I actually got my real estate license to buy my first real estate property. So I think it took me like a month or two. Real Professor Finance, what's up, man? You always comment on my videos. How long did it take you to get monetized? How many videos and how many months? Thanks. As far as making the type of content I currently make, I think I started making that in 2018. So it took me about 2 years to get monetized. And as far as the number of videos, I want to say maybe like 20, 30. Okay, Pierre Luigi Fittipaldi says, I want to open a web agency in Italy, 500 for VATs and 900 each 3 months. I'm Italian. That sounds like it's very expensive to start a business there. But yeah, best of luck to you. Maybe start making it small at first so you don't have to do all that like actual tax stuff. And then when you get bigger, you can start actually making it more official. Okay, Ryan Kim says, would you have taken a business degree in the first place rather than pre-med? So yeah, if you guys didn't know, I went to college for pre-med at UCLA, didn't get into med school. So yes, I definitely would have rather done a business degree. But if I'm thinking about it right now, I actually don't know if I would have gone to college. Okay, The Real Risk 11 says, do you think Tesla is a good long-term hold for the next 10 years? Yes. To the Max says, what was the difference in views and subscribers before and after TikTok? I mean, before TikTok, I barely had any views on YouTube. So I think TikTok definitely brought over some people that were interested in this type of personal finance entrepreneurship content. I didn't really measure it perfectly, but there definitely was a difference. Jocelyn Garcia says, how do you manage imposter syndrome and fear? I'm just never really afraid to step into shoes that are bigger than the ones that I'm currently wearing, because I feel like that's the only way to really grow fast. Fantastic says, best part-time real estate job. So I'm probably biased, but I think being a real estate agent part-time is amazing. A lot of people think that they need to go full-time into real estate and quit their job and everything, but I say don't do that. Keep your job. Start doing real estate, because the first few months are very, very slow. And once you get some clients, once you make some money through that, that's when you can quit your job. Rick 21 says, #1 time management hack / tip. Sort of mentioned this earlier, but time blocking. This is the most important thing to do if you want to have good time management. M Marino 143 says, how do you balance videos, TikToks, course creation, side hustle? So the best way to do this is, like I said earlier, time block. Plan out your day the night before or in the morning, and just think, what things do I need to get done today, and do those things. You know, I'm not working on all my businesses each and every day. Lift R Media says, where do I go to buy and sell stocks short term? You can use any brokerage. It really does not matter. Robinhood, Webull, M1 Finance, Vanguard, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, doesn't matter. Erica Pereira says, what are the emerging businesses and fields that we can start or get into? So the biggest one that I can think of right now is probably like social media, like having a personal brand. Liv Young Lee says, any strategies or resources that help you upload consistently, and do you edit your own videos? Okay, so I use Notion for my content calendar, so that's what really helps me upload consistently. And I edit most of my videos right now, but I do have an editor that helps me on some of them. Henry Chan says, which stocks are you long in? This is hard. Apple, Tesla, Alibaba. I know there are a lot more, but those are the only ones that I can think of right now. Okay, it says, can I learn about business if I have taken a science stream? Yes, absolutely. I was pre-med. I majored in psychobiology. Don't use it at all right now. And for business, to learn it, just go on YouTube, read articles, read books, and most importantly, just start doing it. You can be just as good of an entrepreneur as anyone that was in a business major. Cody728 says, how consistent have you been with YouTube before you started seeing real money? So I wasn't really consistent between 2018 and 2020. I'd make videos every now and then, but I started seeing money and I got monetized when I started posting more on YouTube. And basically in that first month, I posted almost every single day. So yeah, consistency is just extremely important. Cody also asks, how old are you? I am 28 years old. Sina Michelle. Is it clever to study business psychology if I want to do real estate in the future? I don't really think it matters what you study. Real estate is all about learning on the field. So yeah, choose whatever major interests you. Danny Scott 31 says, how hard is it to learn stocks? I don't think it's very hard. There's so much free information out there these days. Just go on YouTube, read some books, and you'll learn. Kenny on the Run says, how do you pick what to talk about? Niches versus passion. Really confused on content roadmap. Okay, so you really want to just pick a niche that you are extremely interested and passionate about, because you want to think, can I make 500 videos about this topic? If you can't, then skip that niche, skip that topic, because you won't be able to make enough content to succeed on YouTube. Marine PRS says, which % of profit do you choose to reinvest versus you choose to spending on your own leisure? Right now, I don't spend too much on myself. Most of the profit I just reinvest into my business or stocks or other investments. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but I probably spend about like 20% of what I make. Okay, Shibli Mubarak Ali says, per day income from your YouTube channel, please. AdSense, I think most days between 5 to 700. If you add up everything that comes from my YouTube channel, like affiliate marketing, brand deals and stuff, definitely over $1,000 per day. Okay, T Fantasy Freak says, where's the best place to learn how to set up an S-Corp/LLC? I searched up on Google how to set up an S-Corp. I just started reading the top articles and that's how I learned. Matthew Smith 8697 says, how much better do you feel after the 30-day workout challenge? So you guys didn't know, I did a 30-day transformation challenge pretty recently. And yeah, I feel pretty good. I mean, I didn't really see that many changes in my body. I probably lost like a pound or two of fat and gained maybe a pound or two of muscle. But I feel good. I feel great cardio-wise because I didn't really do any cardio before that. So this really tested and pushed me to really go out there and run more. Anthony TCF says, 10 to 20 years from today, how do you ideally imagine yourself and your YouTube channel? So in 10 to 20 years, I don't think I'll have this YouTube channel because I don't think most people can succeed on YouTube for that long. You know, like channels die out, just how it goes. But ideally, I'll have some type of education platform. I will have my real estate brokerage. I'll do loans still, and I'll just do a lot of things that keep me entertained. Mike Chews Gum says, do you put anything specific for YouTube tags to help boost? For most of my tags, I think what things are people probably searching up if they want to click on my video. So I'll just really think and try and type out these search terms in my own words and in different ways of wording it. Natoma Boss says, do you ever feel overwhelmed with juggling so many things at once? Yeah, sometimes it can get hard when I want to focus on one thing, but there are other things that I need to take care of. But overall, I'm not working on all my businesses every single day. Natoma also asks, what motivates you to not be complacent in your current accomplishments? I think anytime you see some success, you start seeing people that are doing better than you, and then you start seeing people that are doing better than them, and you realize that it's really like a never-ending journey. I think for me, it's really important not to be complacent ever, because then that means like I'm just gonna start taking things easy, and that's not what I'm about. I see the success that other people have, I want it, and I'm gonna work for it. And Atoma also asks, what's your favorite stream of income, and what is it that you enjoy about it? So my favorite stream of income right now is probably the affiliate marketing, because that's my most passive source of income. I literally don't do anything and money comes in. It's amazing. Okay, you stupid 69 says, hi sir, I want to start Amazon FBA so much it will take to make my first $100. So I think you're asking, how do you make your first $100 on Amazon FBA? Yeah, it takes a long time to actually start making money unless you get pretty lucky. You need to find a product, you need to source it, you need to ship it over to the Amazon warehouse, you need to get your first real sales, and that can take like 6 months. So I will say it takes some patience to make your first $100 on Amazon FBA. Angela Guru says, how not to feel insecure about money? Money is not very important at all. I think everyone just needs to judge people based on their character and how they treat other people. So if you're starting to feel insecure about the money, then I say focus on other things that are way more important. So Cheta says, how do beginner sellers kickstart their sales on Amazon FBA, selling generic items? To kickstart your sales, you probably need to get a couple of reviews. Most people are gonna have like a family member or a friend buy the product and then write a review, even though that's not technically allowed. But after you get your first few 5-star reviews, that's when I recommend running an Amazon PPC campaign, and that's gonna bring in your first actual sales. Haven Solutions asks, how are you able to maximize being an agent and mortgage originator with part-time only? So the truth is, I'm actually definitely not able to maximize being an agent and loan originator and all the other things I do. Jack Seeger says, thoughts on finding a niche in YouTube that is enjoyable and profitable? Just think about what things you like to talk about, what your passions are, and if it aligns with your overall personal brand that you want to create. Cameron Explores asks, how long were you making YouTube videos before you hit 1,000 subscribers? I actually hit that probably like 2008 or 2009 with my music channel, but the 1,000 subscribers after that took like over a decade. Next question, what's 1 to 2 pieces of advice you would give to a teen looking to pursue entrepreneurship? Start a side hustle and make it a service-based business. Lucas asks, any girlfriend? Yes, I have a girlfriend. Her name is Jasmine and she's amazing. Yush T2 says, best tip for learning important information for exams, but also for job-related information. I find that the best way for me to actually retain information is to write it down, take notes, so that's what I would recommend. TSA Chris V asks, dropshipping or Amazon FBA for a beginner in e-commerce? I think they're both good. They're both really great ways to learn about e-commerce. I'm a little bit biased because I don't really do dropshipping. I do Amazon FBA, so that's what I'm gonna say. Amazon FBA is better. Avdu Daniel asks, what advice can you give to college students that want to start a side hustle? Just start your own service-based side hustle, find clients, and then just work your way from there. Ramiro Zagarar asks, do a trading course. Maybe at some point. Nathaniel Lefink asks, do you invest in any startup companies? Not talking about stocks, more like angel investing. Not right now, but that is the plan for 2021. Sonny311 asks, what is your why? My why is just to have good friends, impact people, and just live a fun life. Buy Mood Luxury asks, need more deep tips for Amazon, please. Yes, I'll make more content for sure about Amazon FBA because I know it is a very complicated business. So yeah, be on the lookout for more videos on my main channel about that. Jonah Shalom says, what can I do to leave my current work? I'm a fast food GM. Okay, so Jonah, I'd say find a skill that you have that pays well per hour, turn it into a service-based side hustle, and just start doing that. At some point, you'll make more from that than your day job, and that's when you can think about, quitting and just focusing more on that. Douglas Blanco says, podcast and personal YouTube channel separate or together? So for any beginner, I always say focus on creating one channel first, and then you can start doing something else. In terms of making a personal YouTube, I'd say don't post any personal content because when you're starting out, not too many people are gonna care. I'd rather have you create content that gives value to people, and then at some point, that's when you can start making personal content. All right, so that was a lot of questions. I need some water right now, but hope you guys enjoyed that. And yeah, I really wanna thank you guys for tuning in to the first video on my second channel. Hopefully I'll be posting here a lot more. And yeah, I really appreciate all you guys' support. Thank you so much for 200K on the main channel. And yeah, have a blessed day. Peace.